Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. I want to talk with you today about the psychology of spending and saving. Staying conscious of a few factors can reduce your stress and increase your happiness. Like most of our important behaviors, how we deal with money has a psychological component, and here are some thoughts on how to use that in your favor. First, regarding spending. We all enjoy the rush of picking, buying, and enjoying what we buy, and often it's worth the money. Alas, sometimes we get into the habit of buying something as a way of getting that jolt, but like a line of cocaine, it lasts but a short time, while the liabilities are long-lasting. All I want to say about spending here is to try to be conscious. Is it in your interest to buy this? And if you didn't buy it, how else could you give yourself pleasure? Maybe a less expensive version of the item, or something doesn't require spending at all, like speaking with a friend, or tackling an easy part of something on your to-do list, or just taking a walk, playing with the dog, or playing with your romantic partner. Now I want to turn to saving. I have more to say about this. The classic psychology experiment in which kids were asked to choose one marshmallow now or two later has implications for adults. As a child, I was amazed that if I put $5 into my savings account in the local bank, 3 months later, not only would it be safe, it would be worth $5.05 without my having to do a thing. Atop that is the miracle of compounding. I make money not just on the $5, but on the 5 cents. That's in that 3 months. Anyway, that sounds trivial, but the benefits are geometric. Like if you invest $10,000 with a 5% rate of return, which is the historical average rate of stock market investment returns, in 10 years it's worth $16,014. That's made $6,000 without lifting a finger. In 20 years, it's worth $27,143. I've almost tripled my money without lifting a finger. And if I were to add each year, let's say $1,000, the results are even more amazing. Low-cost diversified investments, such as Vanguard's life strategy funds, have yielded not just 5%, but 7+% since their inception in 1994. Of course, as they say, past performance doesn't guarantee future results, but such a long-term, not cherry-picked, there's the entire lifespan of that fund, you can't sneeze at that. There's a psychological tendency, though, that can hurt your return. And that is trying to time the market. And that's what people do when they're trying to time the market. They tend to follow the crowd. During a week when the stock price or the stock market is going up a lot, there's a tendency to jump in. Thereby, you're paying a premium for the emotional reaction. So in other words, the week before, the stock may have been $10, but then there is this froth and now it's $11. You're paying a premium for that. Now, of course, it could continue going up, but when there tends to be these emotional overreactions. In contrast, on a week when the stock or the stock market is declining, there's a tendency to sell. So you're paying a premium for that. Instead of getting, say, $11 for the stock the week before, now you're getting $10 because everything is in decline. So there's no magic formula, but a widely agreed rule of thumb is to do what's called dollar cost averaging. Buy during the week you have extra money, say an extra $500 in your checking account, without regard to what the market's doing. And sell during the week that you decide you need the money, or based on a decision rule like a 10% down and out rule, which is a common one. If you've picked a stock or a mutual fund and it's declined more than 10% from when you bought it, the odds are greater that it will continue downward. Warren Buffett said, never catch a falling knife. So that may be a time to drop it if you follow that 10% down and out rule. Now, when during the week should you buy or sell? Of course, there's enormous variation, but it helps to have an inviolate rule to avoid paying the aforementioned overreaction premium. The rule that I personally use is to buy on Monday and sell on Friday. Why? Because across the decades, while there is great variation, on average, stock prices tend to be a bit lower on Monday, on average, and a bit higher on Friday. That's called the weekend effect. You can Google that. You'll see it's small, but it's there. It's good to have some rules so that you're not just emotionally following the crowd and therefore paying that overreaction premium. Another tip for reducing stress around investments is to don't interpret that the wise advice is to diversify, but don't interpret that as meaning you should own many mutual funds or many stocks or many different brokerages. Not only does that complicate record keeping, it can feel overwhelming. A single mutual fund or an exchange traded fund, it's like a mutual fund that you can buy and sell during the day. as opposed to getting the price of that mutual fund at the end of each day. It offers a lot of diversification within a single investment, such as the aforementioned life strategy funds, which invest in hundreds of stocks and a certain amount of bonds. Tremendous diversification at amazingly low cost. Now, let's turn to the temptations to overspend and to invest riskily. They're powerful. Might any of these for you be an antidote? First, picture the goal: a decent car, home, college, peace of mind, retirement, even just the psychological comfort of knowing you have a cushion in case of unexpected expenses. Another possible way to avoid the temptation of reacting emotionally in your investing and spending: remember that investing allows you to make money without the sweat of your labor. You've worked very hard. Isn't it cool to be able to make some money without you having to, work an extra day or an hour for it? Then there's the good feeling of seeing your savings go up. And if you're invested prudently, for example, as I described, chances are your assets will increase. Or you can pretty much guarantee an increase, albeit a modest one, by purchasing U.S. Treasury bills or the federally insured bank CDs. Almost all bank CDs are federally insured. In sum, being conscious of the psychological factors in your spending and your saving can reduce your stress while increasing your buying power and your financial security. Not a bad deal. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I'm Marty Nemko. I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like you to hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. And in any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.